There was a time in my life when I used to pray for love. Not just any love, but the kind that changes everything. The kind that makes the world feel warmer. The kind that gives you strength when you are tired. The kind that makes you believe that life is actually beautiful. Every night I would ask for it. I would ask God, the universe, destiny, whoever was listening, to send love into my life. I believed that one day it would arrive like a miracle. I imagined it would come suddenly, loudly, like a grand moment in a movie, where everything changes in an instant. I thought love was something that would appear outside my door one day and announce itself. I was waiting for that moment. But as the days passed, nothing seemed to change. Life kept moving the same way. The same routines, the same faces, the same silence in the places where I expected something magical to happen. I began to think maybe my prayers were not being heard. Maybe love was meant for other people. Maybe it was one of those beautiful things that exist in stories, but not in real life. Slowly, disappointment started to grow inside me. When you wait for something deeply, and it doesn't arrive the way you imagined, your heart begins to feel heavy. Sometimes we think love is rare. We think it is hidden somewhere far away, waiting for the perfect moment to appear. We believe it belongs to lucky people. We see others smiling, laughing, sharing moments together, and we start asking ourselves a painful question. Why not me? That question can quietly break your spirit if you let it stay too long. But one day, something shifted inside me. It did not happen through a dramatic event. It happened through a realization, a quiet thought that slowly turned into clarity. I began to understand that maybe love was never missing from my life. Maybe the problem was not that love wasn't coming. Maybe the problem was that I wasn't letting it in. Think about a house with locked doors and closed windows. Someone might be knocking outside, but if the doors are locked and the curtains are shut, the person inside will believe no one is there. For years, I had been praying for love while unknowingly keeping my own doors closed. Fear had locked them. Past disappointments had locked them. Doubt had locked them. You see, when life hurts us, we start building walls. We tell ourselves those walls are protection. We say we are being careful. We convince ourselves that staying guarded will save us from pain. But those same walls that keep pain out also keep love out. And the longer we stay behind them, the more we start believing that love simply does not exist for us. The truth is, love had been knocking on my door in many different forms. It was there in the kindness of people who cared about me. It was there in small moments of support when I was struggling. It was there in friends who listened when I needed to talk. It was there in family members who stood by me, even when I was difficult to understand. Love had been present all along, but I had been too focused on the version of love I imagined to notice the love that was already real. Sometimes we pray for something so specific that we miss the blessings already in front of us. We ask for a big, shining moment while ignoring the quiet miracles happening every day. Love does not always arrive with fireworks. Often, it arrives softly. It arrives in patience. It arrives in loyalty. It arrives in people who show up for you, even when it's inconvenient. But there was another truth I had to face. The biggest door that was closed was not the door to other people. It was the door to myself. Many of us pray to be loved, but we struggle to love ourselves. We look at our flaws, our mistakes, our insecurities, and we start believing we are not worthy of love yet. We think we must become perfect first. We think we must achieve something extraordinary before we deserve to receive love. So we keep delaying it. We keep saying, one day, when I become better, then I will be ready. But love does not work that way. Love does not wait for perfection. Love grows in acceptance. It grows when you stop punishing yourself for being human. It grows when you begin treating yourself with the same kindness you offer to others. The moment I realized this, something powerful changed inside me. I stopped asking, why is love not coming? And started asking a different question. Am I ready to receive it? Because receiving love requires courage. It means allowing yourself to be seen. It means allowing yourself to be vulnerable. It means risking disappointment again. And that is terrifying. But without that risk, the door remains closed forever. Imagine someone standing outside your door for years, gently knocking. They never force the door open. They simply wait for permission to enter. Love is like that. It does not break your door down. It respects your choice. It waits patiently for you to open the door from the inside. And the moment you do, everything begins to change. When you allow love in, you start seeing life differently. Small moments begin to matter again. Conversations feel deeper. Smiles feel more genuine. You start realizing that love was never meant to be a rare miracle. It was meant to be a daily experience. But opening the door to love also requires something else: forgiveness. You have to forgive the past. You have to forgive the people who hurt you. Not because what they did was right, but because holding on to that pain keeps the door locked. When resentment lives inside you, it becomes a guard that refuses to let anything new enter. Forgiveness is not about forgetting the past. It is about refusing to let the past control your future. When you release that weight, your heart becomes lighter. And suddenly, the knocking becomes louder. Suddenly, you begin noticing all the ways love has been trying to reach you. You notice it in a friend who checks on you unexpectedly. You notice it in a stranger who shows kindness without a reason. You notice it in the quiet moments when life reminds you that you are not alone. Love is not always a grand story. Sometimes it is simply presence. The most powerful realization of all is this: love begins the moment you allow it. You do not need to wait for the perfect person, the perfect situation, or the perfect time. The door can open today. It opens when you decide that fear will no longer control you. It opens when you decide that your past will not define your future. It opens when you choose hope over doubt. And once that door opens, love does not just enter from one direction. It flows everywhere. You begin giving love more freely. You become kinder, more patient, more understanding. The energy you once spent protecting your heart becomes energy you use to grow it. That is the real miracle. The prayer you once whispered in the dark begins to answer itself. You prayed for love, and then you realized love was always knocking. The only thing missing was your permission. So if you are someone who feels like love has forgotten you, remember this. Maybe love has been standing outside your door this whole time. Maybe it has been knocking gently, patiently, waiting for the moment you finally hear it. And the beautiful truth is that moment can be right now. Open the door. Let love enter. Let it change the way you see yourself. Let it change the way you see others. Let it change the way you see the world. Because sometimes the answer to our prayers is not something we have to wait for. Sometimes the answer is something we simply have to allow.